That is, how did you come up? Did you come up with that on your own? The clap in?
No, I picked that up from these guys, because when they formed their company, they came from Machinima, but they all knew each other from working at G4 originally.
I miss Machinima. I
They brought it
loved.
over from that, and like they would show behind the scenes of like how they get things set up and sync things, and sometimes if it like drifts, they'll clap at the end too to tail sync it, so that way if it drifts, they can reset it at the end, so that way everything is still on beat.
Dude,
But I haven't learned how to do color correction or anything else like that. I'm just
I
decent with audio.
that's great. No, I mean, I would not have. I would have probably tried to like tying these audio files together. Would have
Hmm.
probably. I probably would have been like 3 days in, eyes
And that's
bleeding.
another way too to sync audio with the video. I think I kind of did it when we were playing Shinobi. I was just like pressing down, and every time I did, I counted it out. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then you just sync the video with the audio on those moves, or you can sync it on the start button. So like if it makes a noise loud enough, and you just say 1, 2, 3, press the button at the same time, and it transitions. You catch that, and you're good.
That's awesome. That's a really good idea.
Hmm.
So,
See, TV helps.
yay, TV!
TV doesn't rot in your brain. It
It
teaches you
doesn't.
shit.
It doesn't. It makes me smarter. It doesn't make me
Well,
smart.
dude, you know what? I mean, we're saying TV. We're obviously talking about YouTube and shit. It actually genuinely made me smarter because recently I had my muffler rusted through,
Hmm.
and between watching YouTube and reading enough stuff, I replaced the whole damn thing myself and saved myself $300.
No shit.
Never worked on a car, didn't do anything like that. I replaced my own muffler and it works perfectly fine. I went and got my inspection sticker. Everything was good.
There you go, man. The YouTube got me through installing two sinks, which was
Nice.
whew, that was a spicy day.
Was it hard?
So
That's what she said.
Michael
I had to. Mike would kill me if
Scott,
I didn't.
Michael Scott, he will live and die with that phrase.
Hmm.
So when we did it, our house was flipped when we bought it. We're like,
Hmm.
hey, we're gonna want some new sinks because the ones we got were gross. And the so the downstairs ones to drop in, I had never done any rough plumbing, and I was like, okay. And I mean, that was like 10 years ago, and it's going fine.
Not
Um,
leaking.
well, so I
Uh-oh.
made some mistakes.
Uh-oh.
The problem
I
is,
mean, that happens. You're learning.
so we actually recently changed the drain because like we had a brushed copper one and it started to look a little weird. So I changed it out, but the gaskets that were for the old drain were so corroded that I couldn't
Oh.
unscrew it from the underside. So I took my
Hmm.
Dremel and I was just like, okay, and cut the entire drain apart, ripped open the thing, pulled that out, put the new drain in. Everything seemed okay, but I was getting these little tiny droplets underneath, so I ended up just putting like clear caulk around the outside, and now it's fine.
Hmm.
It's great. Um,
Cool.
the bathroom sink was a full vanity that I had to install, which I again never done before, and
Yeah.
now I actually have power tools. At the time, I was making like
I'm a man.
I'm a man, and it's funny because like Terry's dad worked in construction, he knows his stuff, and I'm like, I bought myself some Ryobi tools, and he's like, that's cute,
That's cute. Yeah.
but like I mean, I've already been replacing stuff on my deck. The I've been doing work. But back
Hmm.
then, I didn't have any power tools, so I had to cut the entire back section of a vanity out with a drywall knife. It
Oh
took me
God.
2 hours.
Jeez, you'd be there for a while.
Yeah, now I have a like a multi-tool, which is Chef's Kiss. Chef's
Yes,
Kiss, man.
they're so nice.
They're so nice.
I have some power tools that I play with too, like my drill and stuff like that. And I borrowed the saw to build the duck's coop that's in the backyard. I built it all by hand.
I have a reciprocating saw. I have a circular saw, which is dangerous as hell. I have two standard power drills. I have one impact driver, my multi-tool. I'm going to get a jigsaw, and at some point I'd like to get a table saw, like a miter saw, because we'll end up using it, but like also it's just cool as hell.
It's just nice to have.
Yeah, and I'm not like a guy's guy or anything. I'm like, again, I'm like, let's talk about fantasy books, but like being able to like disassemble part of a deck is pretty cool.
I gotta learn to do that. I know we're gonna have to do some work on ours eventually, but I'm not ready for that yet.
When you're
Next
ready.
is changing the oil in the car.
Oh, so oil changes aren't bad, but you just remember you can't toss that shit down the drain. You have to like bring it
Right.
somewhere. Actually, funny enough, like because I went to Catholic school, so my
I'm sorry.
no, you are. I went to Catholic school for 12 years, and again, what people believe is totally fine, but I am a full-on atheist.
That's all right. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, and again, if you believe, rock on. There's nothing wrong with believing, but after going to Catholic school, man, I'm like, I'm good.
I found my multi-tool.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an oscillating multi-tool, like that.
Oh.
Not like a Leatherman. Which,
Not a
by the way,
Leatherman.
I
Okay.
need a Leatherman so bad. Like, and it's funny because like all around my house, I have all of these tools, and like again, oh, what you got?
Here, because I'm nerdy, I also have electronic tools. Tiny little screws and different kinds of screwdriver heads and stuff.
Oh,
That's
you
how I
do.
take apart my consoles and clean them.
In there, I actually have a full PC repair kit because
Nice.
when I worked for my original company, I had to do repairs on various electronic devices, and again, I never knew how to do any of this. And to fix those things, I needed to actually have a set of tools that worked for PC repair. So I
Right.
bought one of those, and now it's like my favorite thing ever. Our house is old as hell, and I'm using air quotes, but it's just old as hell. And all of our doors are original doors, and all of the door knobs on them are old style doorknobs, where the doorknob itself, the knob is not like there's a set screw that goes into the side that holds it onto like the shank that you turn to actually pull the latch free so you can open the door.
Right.
All of those little set screws are like super tiny, and they're like Torx, or they're not Torx. They're
I get what you mean.
Phillips heads, but they're all really small. So when I got that, I was like, hell yeah! Now I can actually fix these doors properly.
We're getting old.
No,
Also, what a weird start. The last 2 weeks we were talking about books and everything. Now we're talking about tools and building stuff.
and it's funny. Like here,
What happened? Where'd we go?
Now, welcome to our podcast where we talk about nothing about what the podcast is supposed to be about.
Should just be tangents all day long.
Well, I'll bring it back. So, first of all, where are we at now? What number are we at?
We're almost at the fun number.
Almost the
Oh,
fun
I do want
number.
to. Hey, God, I do want to catch you on, but I do want to catch you up on Dungeon Crawler. Don't you laugh at me.
No, go on. No,
On the book.
By the way,
I'm
I'm so mad that they named it Dungeon Crawler Carl because you can't say it. I can't say it. Every time I say it, I'm like Dungeon Crawler Carl. Go on. Where are you at?
You know what? Let me look up what chapter I'm on because I don't remember offhand. But just to tell you in the story, Mordecai is their manager now.
Oh, I thought that happened in book one. I forgot
No, it
about that.
happened at the beginning of book 2 when they got to the third floor and started picking their classes and race and stuff.
So, spoiler alert for
I'm
everybody.
halfway done with chapter 7.
Okay, so
Just met
because
Signet.
she comes into play later. So Donut is now has the perk where that's the perk that she got, or the class that she's in, or subclass or whatever, allows for the
Hmm.
manager, right?
Right.
Right.
And that was I'm learning that there's a lot more history than they let on in book 1. That Odette told them, "Hey, pick the manager perk, but don't tell Mordecai, because if he found out that if you tricked Donut into doing that or wanted Donut to, he'll be pissed off." Because I guess she's helping him game the system, and I'm like, "Oh, what's going on here?" And he's showed up. He likes being an incubus because it's easier for him to get drunk. But the couple times that they've caught him, he's mentioning his brother again and stuff. So I'm like,
Well,
where is this going?
oh, so, and I'm not going to spoil anything. The interplay between, because again, you know Odette knows Mordecai.
Yes.
The interplay between Odette, Mordecai. There's going to be another character. I don't know if it shows up at the end of this book or at the end of next book. There's another
Hmm.
character that is heavily tied into Mordecai. Um, there's that whole background. It gets very much involved in later books, and to a
Hmm.
point where you're like, there is a whole thing, and that doesn't even include like the history of like the games themselves and like why they exist. There is so it. I'm telling you, that book when I first started, I was like, okay, it has some like kind of dumb. I don't want to say dumb, but it was like kind of on the nose humor. The Krikaren, whatever, like the
Yeah.
cloned or whatever, like those
Uh,
kind of.
it,
I don't want to
the
call it.
call outs to like saying it's Amazon delivery package, like explaining stuff like that using real world things, it still takes me out of it really quick because I'm like, oh yeah, they're basing this off in real life, so they have to like throw these in. But it always kind of feels weird when I hear it.
So it did for me at first too, but it does go into why that happens, and there's multiple factions that haven't even you've met one of them. There's a very important faction that you've already met one of them, but that doesn't even get introduced until like 3 books from now.
The
So,
Desperados or the Desperado
oh
Club one,
no, God, that the Desperado Club, that well,
or
well,
the Crown that
well,
they have to do on level 9.
well, the Desperado Club one. Buckle
Hmm.
in for that one too, because that ends up having its own tangential storyline as well.
Well, what's the faction I've already met then?
You haven't met the faction. You've met one person in the faction, and you don't
Oh,
know they're in a faction yet.
oh, okay,
It's really
interesting.
when they reveal that what this person actually is. I'm like, you have to
What this person actually is. See, that carries weight. Hmm.
buckle in. There is you have no you have. I feel like Dungeon Crawler Carl Book One. I want to go back and reread it again because there are so many things that I've learned in later books in the series that I'm like,
Oh yeah, you're gonna pick
oh,
up new things.
and it recontextualizes like a lot of the stuff. Again, for
Right.
example, this person that was, in the original book, in the first book, they periodically appear, and then
Hmm.
you find out what they actually are, and you're like, oh wait, what? Oh yeah,
Huh.
there's so much.
I
Oh,
can't wait.
also,
You know what?
just so
Here's
you know too, the later books expand greatly in length, which is
oh,
fantastic.
that's good. That's more to read, I guess. Oh, and he has a Patreon and he posts like chapters from book 8 as he works on it. So I'm like, I can't join it yet because that'll spoil everything.
Um, we also have a Patreon, and part of me wants to get enough Patreon subscribers where we can then use our Patreon funds to then promote other creators.
Hell yeah, I'm down for that. That sounds like a good idea.
Pay it forward, man.
What was I was gonna say something? Oh, here's something that's in the back of my mind, and I'm waiting for it to come back around. Is towards the end of book 1 where they had the interview with the Orc Prince guy, and he was just trying to incite shit.
Yes.
When he brought back Maggie May and what's his face or whatever.
Yes. Yes.
And then they gave them their gifts, and I'm just like, I'm waiting for them to come back around, and there's no indication of it, and I'm just like, they're there. They have to know that they're there because the potion that they got or however they use it and stuff. Something's going to happen, and I want them to get them so bad.
So you find
By that,
out.
I want Carl and Donut to get rid of them. I hope.
So that storyline, you don't know why they're doing that though, right? Did you find out why Maggie May and her husband are against Carl?
Are so pissed off at Carl. Yeah, that was part of the interview on the Orcs talk show.
And what do they say?
Well, they're blaming Carl for their daughter's death.
So you don't know why the daughter died, though.
Yeah, because of the mine that he placed for them, thinking that it was going to catch
Nope.
them, but
Nope.
no?
There's way more. Oh, I'm so excited for you.
Oh my god!
I'm
Is
so
there more
excited.
to it?
Yes, and it comes into play for something that not Maggie. I don't think Maggie has one. I think the husband has it. He has an item that comes into play later that is directly responsible for what happened to the daughter. You'll see. You'll see. Oh, I'm so happy. I have a friend that is reading Brendan Sanderson's Mistborn series, and
I've heard good things.
It's phenomenal. So she's reading. She read through Era 1, right? And again, I haven't read Era 1 in like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
I have read all of Mistborn, Era 1, Era 2. I've read all of Stormlight Archive, which I read first, which is interesting. There's reasons why that's interesting. Warbreaker, I've read the Arcanum book, the short story book. I've read all of his secret projects. I've read everything that he's put out except Elantris, which is like his first release, and White Sand. But I've read everything else. So it's something like 17 books, right?
Mm-hmm.
And she's telling me things that are happening. And she's like, oh, I can't believe that this happened to this character, right? And and not to ruin it for everybody, but there's a character named Kelsier. Something happens to him in book 1, which is, it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, oh, shit. And I'm like, oh, you don't know the half of it. There's so much that's going to happen. I'm so eager.
That's exciting, though.
Oh, yeah.
Now you get something to look forward to.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And for you, I'm actually really excited for you to get even further along in the series, because you're going to get to a point where you're like, wait, what? Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
What is this thing? And I mean, like, have you met Pony yet?
No.
Perponte or whatever his name is?
Nope. Don't know who that is.
Okay. You're gonna meet him soon. That is also ends up becoming super tragic. It seems to be funny at first, and then it becomes tragic, and then it becomes funny again, and then it gets a little bit more tragic.
Can you spoil something for me just so I can be prepared?
Sure.
Does Mongo survive?
Do you want to know?
Yes. Because
yes,
I like that Mongo's coming around at least.
He becomes, yes. Yes, he does. He like, as far as I might have to reread the last book again. He would, he survives. Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Not only does he survive, he's part and parcel. There's a whole storyline with him, with
oh my goodness,
another set of characters that you have not met yet.
Does this turn into something was pre-planned all the way from the beginning kind of thing?
What do you mean?
Like, you know how stories, you'll like pick up things as you go along, and then you get towards the end, and it's like, all of this was preordained because somebody set this up a long time ago and knew it was going to happen.
No, actually, that's and
Okay.
that is kind of the interesting thing about it is, like, none of the things that are happening to Donut, to Carl, to Mongo, like, they do a lot of firsts, and there's a lot of like subplots that are happening in the background, which will come into play later. but everyone's like, I don't know how you're still alive, right? Like, there's no reason why they should be, and it's so good. Oh, I'm gonna reread it. I gotta reread it again.
I'm loving it still. It's great.
I'm happy for you, my friend.
All right, I guess now we can start after we got our book talk out of the way.
I know, it's only been 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
Yay.
yeah, so I think that you might have purchased a game that very many people might have also purchased as of today.
Hang on. This is the Ramblepack podcast episode 68. Now we're one away from the fun number.
Hey, yeah. All right. And you are Adam.
Oh, I'm still Adam. I haven't changed.
And I am now Sean, but spelled with a Z.
How does that work?
I'm gonna let you figure that one out.
Okay. I'm gonna be up all night trying to do that. Oh, and a bit of good news, something to look forward to, is Mike says he might be able to join us next week.
Oh,
so we'll see how
nice.
that goes. If everything works out, he'll be able to, but no expectations. He's still got his hands full with the baby.
I know. Meanwhile, my baby, and again, we don't have video yet, but you can't see it, but my baby's sleeping behind me, just relaxing, chillaxing.
He hasn't fallen off the bed yet, has he? Like rolling around?
Oh, God, he's done that a million times. He does it all the time.
Fair enough.
So, and again, before we get into the video game part of our video game podcast, my now 7.5-month-old puppy is like 65 pounds. He is, Adam can
It's your
see
weekly
him.
pup date.
My pup, nice, I like that. He is sleeping on a full-size mattress behind me that he takes up almost the entirety of, which is insane. And he was being a real butt today, and he ate a bunch of grass.
Oh, must have had an upset tummy or something.
No, he just likes to tear up our lawn and eat it because he's fine.
Okay, so that's what Penny does too. Like, she's perfectly fine, but she's like, oh, that's grass, let me eat that.
We need to do a photo shoot of our various pups wearing, when we get merch, wearing our merch.
Sure. I'm down for that. All right, anyway. The game you are alluding to is today was release day for Silksong. And I know that everybody was looking forward to it because it's been in, development for, I think it was 7 years? Funny enough that it was so looked forward to and so popular that when Steam was able to be up for long enough, they had about 530,000 concurrent players playing it. But it was so popular with downloads and stuff that it actually crashed Steam's database for a while. Like, they were struggling to keep it up. It caused Nintendo, and there were some reports about PlayStation having issues too. Xbox had some struggles. Like, when I went to go find it, it wasn't on Game Pass, like, not showing up. But then if you search it, it says install now, and you have to, like, go through the other way to do it. So I did it. Didn't take long. But it still took some time to find it and get it to work. So
See,
let that be a lesson to you people.
That's what I'm saying. Beef up your stuff. You know, like, at this juncture in society, you would think that we would have things that would not immediately crash. But
I feel bad for the devs because a lot of people were upset that they didn't let people preload the game.
Which is funny because, like, I feel bad for the devs, except for the fact that the devs are probably like, we're rolling in bank right now.
I think they're worried about making sure that everything's running for them on release day. I'd have to find the video for you, but there was something floating out there that I saw where it watched devs releasing their game, and it was excitement for like 5 minutes, and then everyone turned around, put their head down, and went right to work, making sure that everything was still running right, everybody could access the game, the websites were running and stuff like that. It's just like, it doesn't stop. Just because the game's out doesn't mean your job's done.
Right. And, like, once the development is done, your entire giant crew typically gets laid off at the end of that, and then it's just like a skeleton crew trying to make sure that the entire world doesn't explode.
With indie companies, they're just always working.
I mean, like, there's been so many points where people always ask me, would you want to work in the games industry? And part of me is like, I work in an industry right now that shouldn't be fraught with stress, but is constantly fraught with stress. And it's for it to be a developer or to be, in any way, shape, or form working in the games industry. I don't know how people do it. I feel bad
I
for
do not envy them.
I don't like can you imagine not seeing your family for like you working an 80-hour work week and sleeping under your desk to get right before like launch day?
Thankfully, crunch is becoming less and less of a thing, and like a lot of companies are trying to move past it, or there are a lot of people who are pushing back against it, even though that was, the way that games were made before. It's not a healthy life balance. So, things are getting better on that front, at least.
Yeah.
What was I going to say now? I was going to say something about Team Cherry in the game. The game, oh, that's what it was. Going back to the downloads and stuff, it was only like 8.5 gigs big.
Really?
Yeah. But I will say, I mean, if you've seen Hollow Knight, you've seen Silksong, the art style and stuff looks very similar. But they've added a lot of flourishes and stuff to movement, the backgrounds moving, the flora and fauna that's in the foreground moving and stuff like that. I love the way Hornet moves because it's kind of acrobatic when you fight. It's really neat looking. Like, I did not know that as soon as you get the weapon and you're running around, you can automatically do a dive thing, and you can constantly dive at things after you bounce off of them. Huh. When she jumps up on ledges, you can either pull yourself up and, she's a bug, so she like gets into a bug stance, and then you can off the ledge, or if you turn and jump at the same time, she does like a quick little flip up to the next thing that you're facing.
Right.
It's neat. The combat too it's pretty much like Hollow Knight, but it looks a lot more flashy. She's got some flashy moves, but it's fun. It's a great game so far. I've only beaten like 2 bosses. I don't know anything that's going on.
I need to get Hollow Knight 1 on the Switch. So I think the problem that I ran into is I got it on my PlayStation. I think that game really lends itself to being able to like, you want to play it on TV, you put it in the thing, whatever. But if you want to play it somewhere else, being able to take it out of a dock and walk around with it, I really think that
it's a
that
perfect
is
handheld game.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Totally. Which, by the way, ties into something that I guess is something that might be on the market. PlayStation, and this is on from a YouTube channel called Moore's Law is Dead, which I guess has had some accurate stuff in the past.
Okay.
PlayStation might be doing a dockable handheld unit.
Tell me about it, because I did not hear about this. I didn't read your news yet.
So, supposedly, which is the proper way to say that word, because I'm an English major and I know my stuff.
You talk good.
I talk smart. So, basically, it looks like there's going to be the PS6 handheld, right? So, it's going to release...
PS6 handheld. So, they're going along with the PlayStation 6?
Correct. There's going to be a traditional, and there's going to be a handheld, supposedly. Now,
interesting. Huh.
Which I think, and again, going back to last week's podcast, this is something that I talked about. There is something really refreshing about, and again, am I going to buy a Steam Deck? Probably not. Am I going to buy some exorbitantly expensive piece of hardware? No. But there is something really refreshing about being like, hey, I want to sit down on the couch and play some video games while I'm hanging out with my partner. We're going to watch some TV, and I'm just going to, futz around in Breath of the Wild. Being able to do that is...
You don't even have to interrupt her. Like, if she wants to do that, you just pick it up and you're good to go. It doesn't interrupt anything.
Right. Or if I want to sit outside because it's a really nice night out. One thing, and this is something for me that kind of, I don't want to say bugs me, but it's one of the things that I didn't really take into account. I thought it would be better with the Switch 2, and it's not. Outside in standard light, you can't see shit. Like, you can't see anything. Really? Yeah, and I get it. Like, I'm sure I'm sure they're, instead of like beefing up the screen like crazy, like I can see my phone, but the screen itself, no. I mean, like if you're in a cave in Zelda, forget about it. But having that level of portability is pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. So they're making it in conjunction with the PS6, so that way
So
they could like crosstalk, I guess.
evidently, so it says. So in the new video, Moore's Law is Dead shares specific technical specifications for the PS6 handheld, which will reportedly release alongside a traditional, more powerful PlayStation 6 home console, which it says is based on up-to-date documentation from graphics partner AMD. So it looks like it's going to be a dual
Oh,
release. I'm
cool.
not, which is cool. I think the thing for me is, again, I don't want a PS Vita. Vita was great, and
Meg and I were talking about the Vita just last night or the other night.
yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful console, and I'm actually really bummed that it didn't take off more. But there were some
So was she.
nonsensical. Yeah, it's fundamentally it if that released with more up to date hardware now and a larger screen, I think it could have done something.
Mm-hmm.
It could have gone somewhere. The problem is when they released it, they had put in all these like cool little like tidbits to it, like the touchscreen in the back. But the problem is there were no games, man. Like
Right.
there was a there was a really bad Call of Duty. There was a really bad I'm sorry, not really bad. There was a halfway decent Uncharted game,
Mm-hmm.
but beyond that there wasn't much. But I think you could do
There was
something.
Metal Gear Solid. I forget what the game was called, but there was a decent Metal Gear Solid game on there.
Was it Peace Walker?
I don't know. I wanted to say it was like something Squad, but I don't know if that's it either. Time to look it up to the internet.
Metal Gear
You're probably gonna beat me in searching it up.
PS Vita.
Ooh, Nintendo Switch Online is finally getting a new N64 mature game after almost a year. Watch.
I saw that. Forsaken, right?
Forsaken 64, a 1998 first-person shooter to its N64 mature games list after nearly a year. That's cool. I didn't know about that.
Ooh. By the way, this
Fast-paced 3D
evidently was.
first-person shooter. Yeah, cool. Anyway, what was the Metal Gear Solid game?
It looks like it was this. It was Metal Gear Solid HD Collection, which pretty cool. Like it was evidently it
Oh,
was
neat.
yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, yeah. So it was released on PlayStation Vita in 2012, and it was Metal Gear Solid 2, 3, and then Peace Walker if you bought it on like the PlayStation 3 or Xbox.
Cool.
So I mean that's pretty cool. I think the
Mm-hmm.
thing, man, like again, I think we have had a real with the amount of technology that we have now. The Switch really changed the game where I'm like, I don't want to have a dedicated one-off handheld system that I'm never going to use. I want it
Right.
to be a combination system.
Makes sense.
Totally. On
Since we
that,
are talking about PlayStation,
yeah.
I saw some artwork from it, but what else did you see of Ghost of Yotai? Because it does look good.
Holy crap! I watched a gameplay video, and it's just
Oh yeah.
basically, um, I want
I
to
haven't
see.
seen it in action since like the older trailers, but I just saw some concept art posted somewhere yesterday or the day before, just poking around. And I was like, "Ooh, these look cool."
Like, I'm just putting up just a picture just so you can see, but like,
Hmm.
it's beautiful. It's an objectively beautiful game. Jesus. But I was watching the a gameplay
It's
trailer
Sucker
for it.
Punch Studios, right?
Yes, and
Okay. Yeah, they make pretty games.
they really do. Holy crap! And I'll say this: um, watching the gameplay, I forgot like they did such a good job with Ghost of Tsushima about having like this really lived in but just objectively beautiful world. And
Hmm.
watching the gameplay video for this, I'm like, there are so many places I just want to go and see. There really are. That was one of those games when I played Ghost of Tsushima where it was a slog, but in the best possible way, where you're just doing like, because again, the map doesn't. You have to reveal the map by going through the map. It's not like you can.
Right.
Right. So you can wear like the
You
traveler's
can't do it.
costume.
You can't Assassin's Creed it and go up on a ledge and do your eagle vision and see
Right.
everything.
Which is again, I really do. I it forces you to like actually go through the world, which is great because they spend a lot of time on it, man. Like,
You caught me though. As soon as you said it was a slog, I was like, "Oh, that's not good." But you said in the best way. You're gonna have to tell me what's the best way that a slog can be fun, because that takes me out of it if I have to do something that just takes so long to get to anywhere.
so I will say this. Th- on the face of it, I could almost if somebody came to me and they were like, "Hey, we started playing Ghost of Tsushima and we are playing it and it is there's you have to go all these places and it's you have to physically travel there and quick travel exists but it's only exists after you unlock an area and blah 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 blah."
Makes sense.
I would understand their being frustrated with that. The world is beautiful. um I was really interested in like the history aspect of it, like going through and like they do a really good job of like really immersing you in that in that on the island. And but to me it was refreshing to be able to like, okay, we're going to it's kind of like Breath of the Wild. It's I don't want to say it's a slog, but
Everything
it's
comes
a
back to Breath of the Wild.
I mean, I'll be honest, like that game I think really hit the nail on the head of I want to spend 3 hours doing complete bullshit.
Okay, I have to find an article that I had before where they talked about their philosophy with Breath of the Wild. With the way that they made it, it's like if you're traveling any direction, it shouldn't you shouldn't be no more than like what is it, 30 seconds to a minute away from something, or maybe it's even less time, maybe it's 15 seconds, but you should be no more than X amount of time away from seeing something or noticing something or something happening, which keeps you engaged, or you're like, oh, I want to know more about that. What's that going on over there? Let me go investigate. And then you like find a new quest that'll take you off somewhere else.
Right. And not to derail the conversation from the news of the week, but one of the things I forgot about with Breath of the Wild is where I'm playing it completely differently now. The first time I ran through Breath of the Wild, I really like took everything very slow. And now I'm playing it like an actual video game. And that's not to
Hmm.
say like I'm trying to rush through it or I'm like this is boring or anything like that. It's I'm taking a lot more risks because I know what the outcome of those things would be. And it's really
Hmm.
interesting to go back and replay this game that I haven't played in like 5 years and being like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. Oh
Hmm.
yeah. And like going in, I haven't done any of the divine beasts yet or whatever. I haven't even done any of that shit. Like I'm right
Hmm.
now I'm just like I'm just gonna go through. Hey, you know what? I might just go to Hyrule Castle and just fuck off for no good reason.
Hmm. Just because I can.
Just because I want to. Because I deserve it.
Oh, something might be hitting us down the line, probably because of tariffs, maybe because prices are just going up in general. I don't know. But over in Europe, they're getting a downgrade in storage on the PS5 for the digital version. It's going from a terabyte to about 825 gigs. It's probably more like they're losing 250 because or 256 because technology numbers. But I guess as far as I'm aware, it's still going to be about 400 or 500 euros for the system, just less storage. But I mean, I think it's so that way they didn't say, but it seems like it's just the offset cost so that they can keep it at a certain price point, which I get, but it hurts.
Yeah, I mean, like that reminds me of when they started going away from being able to put SD cards into cell phones to you had to buy the storage and then they exorbitantly increased it. It's like
Hmm.
I get it. I think the thing for me is like, and actually, to be fair, the funny thing is, I think when I bought my PS5, there wasn't even a terabyte. It was 500. It was 500 gigabytes for the internal SD. So
Wow.
when I got it, like, you could download 4 games,
Mm-hmm.
and then you were like,
Or one Call of
shit.
Duty.
What? Oh God. Which,
They do not optimize their games at all.
oh yeah. Which I'm going to actually pivot on that one because I heard this today.
Okay.
Evidently, there is a deal that has been struck where Call of Duty is making a movie. Which
What?
why?
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 Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Okay, but hang on. Now that I'm thinking about like the stories and stuff, I can see how they can make a military-based story or take maybe it's I want to say maybe take the modern warfare story and do the whole Soap and Makarov thing. I think that's the characters from that. I don't know.
Sure.
I didn't really play a lot of story, but should I don't know if I want to spoil Modern Warfare 2. It's been fucking what 20 years,
Yeah.
whatever.
Right. If you were born when Call of Duty Modern Warfare came out, you probably can drink now.
That's true. But basically, you get double crossed on Left 4 Dead in one of the beginning missions, and then you play the actual characters that you are part of a team of hunting down those guys from the first level. And I guess it spans 2 or 3 games, but that story I think had a lot of praise compared to a lot of stories besides Call of Duty, World at War, and there's another one in there that
Black
people
Ops.
really liked.
Black Ops 1
Black Ops
was-
came after. I'm thinking of before.
Oh, before.
Yeah, World at War, and there was one more in there somewhere.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But like those are the stories that I hear most about. So I can see them taking maybe the core of that and turning it into a military movie.
Sure, but I guess here's my
Because
thing.
you have characters. You've got Soap and Price and whoever else, and they are caricatures of people. So why not?
Right, but I guess my thing. So when I read that story, my thought was this, right? So the whole takeaway and everyone's critique of Modern Warfare, the series itself, and Call of Duty as a series, is that it's an action movie and not a great action movie that you can play. So why would I then want to go see an action movie that's not a great action movie and just watch it?
That's fair.
I don't know.
See,
Like,
that's why
Yeah.
I'm thinking they would have to lean on the military aspect rather than focusing on like the action aspect, because it probably wouldn't translate well.
so I was in the article that I was reading this, and basically they're going to take the same approach that they had for, oh my God, Top Gun Maverick.
Okay.
So they're going to
I was
approach
like,
it in the
I
same.
can't help you. I don't know what you're referencing.
You can't tell by my eyes that I'm like fighter jets.
Sorry,
And
man.
no, that's good. Don't worry. The whole thing is for me like, I get that this is kind of a recruiting tool for the armed forces. Which, if you want to join, rock on. Love the troops. But like again, there's so many other IPs that you could use, man. Like, come on, there's plenty of real life historical army stories that you could do. Like, I don't need to see, somebody throw a knife into somebody's face after being
Across
shot.
the map from like 50 feet away.
Well, and then here's
50
the thing.
feet away.
Yeah. The thing that I'm actually curious about, because they make reference of it, they have to cater to the audience of Call of Duty. So, like, what are
Right.
you going to have? Like somebody dual wielding Model
I might
1886s?
disagree with that.
Go on, lay
I
it
might
on me.
disagree. You say that they cater to the Call of Duty fans. If they are wanting to make a movie, I would say that they have the buy-in already with Call of Duty fans, similar to like the Witcher show. People who like the show, people who like the games and the books and stuff, they were going to check it out no matter what. The idea is to get people who aren't interested in this or don't know what it is into the door and get them interested and hooked onto it. So they might be trying to focus on a more generic story to get the general audience, and because they already have the buy-in from the Call of Duty fans.
So I get that, and like part of me is like, there really is only two ways to do it. Either you take You go in with we're putting Call of Duty on this. We're going to name these characters the same thing that they're in Modern Warfare. Which, by the way, if they do the Modern Warfare story, they've already rehashed that now twice. They already have
Yeah.
had. So, but let's say they do it. Or let's say they do Black Ops. Or let's say they do one of the other stories that have existed. Fine. The only two ways you can do a video game movie is you cater to the fans, like an insane amount, and then bring them in, or you make it something completely generic and then you try to bring people who aren't really familiar with it in. So you have you either do the Witcher series, which again is based on the games and the books, and you
But
kind
they
of
deviated so bad.
yeah. Oh wait. Oh god. Yeah. And I mean that's why Henry Cavill left. Um, or you do a Minecraft movie, and every 2 minutes
God.
you drop in hey, by the way, did you put a new skin on your scorpion? Like
Slime
what?
cube.
It's like-
Just references on references from the game.
yeah, like they're going to do a chicken jockey at the end of the movie. They're going to have a cutscene, and it's going to be the Call of Duty zombies. What's the gang going to do now?
Oh my god. What's what would you say is a good movie that's nailed the balance between catering to audiences for games or for the movie version of the game?
I'm maybe unpopular opinion. I do think that the Sonic movie did a really good job. I think that the Mario movie also did a good job. It's not my favorite, but it really did. You know, like they kind of poke fun at the fact that Mario turns into a cat. Like there's a whole thing on that, and that's an actual power that he has in the video games.
Yep.
I think they did a really good job. I think that we're kind of turning the corner on video game movies being hot garbage. One movie that actually was
Finally,
on.
yes.
I haven't seen it yet, but the Assassin's Creed movie. I want to watch it. I know it's bad. I know
Yeah.
it's bad. But I'm like, all of the stuff in it should be good. And that's where I get nervous about something like Call of Duty, because
Have you watched the Doom movie?
the one with The Rock,
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Okay. I feel like the only thing that they did well with that movie was the first person version of it when they were running through towards the end. I thought that was pretty good and it was faithful to at least Doom 3. Here's a movie that you might not have thought of or maybe not even consider because from the outside it didn't seem like it. But Tomb Raider was like perfect, oddly enough, with Angelina Jolie as the Lara Croft. It was perfect.
Yeah.
Now, I agree with you on Mario and Sonic. I would flip them, though. I would say Mario did pretty well with catering to big-time Mario fans and like those who know all the lore and shit like that, and then bringing in people who aren't interested or haven't had an interest in it or whatever. I feel like they did a really good job explaining things, it making sense with like having a real world versus where they fell into. Rather, Minecraft, whatever, that was like super generic. But Sonic also, it works within like I don't know, the world of Sonic.
Yeah,
Like the way that they use that
context.
shit, it makes sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I do think that I think now we've turned the corner. Yeah, you know what actually was a phenomenal video game movie, and it had video game characters in it, but it wasn't about a video game character. Like it wasn't about an established IP. Was Wreck-It Ralph? They did a really good job.
Oh shit, you're right.
Yeah.
That was excellent.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
I really did love that movie too.
the first one was really good. They did a really good job of explaining in a real way why these characters were interacting with each other. It was funny and it was engaging,
And they set up rules that made sense too for the world.
I mean, you can't go wrong with Wreck-It Ralph. But
Second
yeah,
one, not so much.
yeah. Second one, what is it? Destroys the internet
Breaks
or
the
whatever.
internet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear that you may have some background on a now failed IP, a Saints Row potential.
Yeah, I was sad reading up on this because I love the Saints Row series, especially when they got super goofy with it. Like
Yeah.
they started getting goofy in 2, got really goofy in 3, but then went off the rails with 4 and Get Out of Hell and whatever else. And I'm like, these are great. These are so much fun. It's just like it's a super parody of the GTA series, but in its own thing, and it works. It's hilarious. And I tried their follow up game called Agents of Mayhem, and I talked to Mike about this a while too, or a while before. It was all right, and that's just it. It was just like straight up the middle. It was okay. The characters were super varied and had their own specialties and stuff, which was awesome. My favorite was having the dude that uses an anchor as a melee weapon and a sawed-off shotgun, and like you have a dodge that you can do, but like he's a big burly character and like known for melee and shit, so he like slides on the ground when you dodge.
Yeah.
So his dodge is pretty much infinite for a couple of levels that I played. So I'm literally just skating around, skate up to an enemy, shotgun, skate behind cover, skate up to the next one, hit the next guy. I'm like, see, this is the fun part about it. But some of the other characters are just frustrating to use. The thing that turned me off of the game was one level I could not get past because there was some sort of glitch that kept happening where it would explode on my thing and then it automatically fails you. And no matter what, when you're going this way, it would happen. And I couldn't get it to go around it or find a way through it. So I'm like, I have to give this up. I don't want to do it because I was like 4 missions away from the end.
Right.
So I was just like, that kills it. But then the Saints Row reboot came out, and that was a big old hot mess of garbage. It was very much the Steve Buscemi meme of "How you doing, fellow kids?" That's what the whole game. That's that in a nutshell for the entire game, and it was so sad.
Quick tangent. I actually, a coworker of mine, they did a Halloween party at my work, and she went as that character, the Steve Buscemi from 30 Rock.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I literally messaged her. I'm like, "You just made my life. That was the greatest thing." And she got a shirt that said Rock Band on it.
Nice. Very cool.
It brought a skateboard. Perfect. And
That
I
is
was
very
like,
cool.
no notes. I remember before, in the lead up to the reboot, I love Game Ranks. It's a channel on YouTube.
I watch it all the time. Top 10 this, top 20 that.
Falcon
stuff.
is so good. The other guy who's on it,
With his quips and jokes.
yeah, it's very good. And for what it is, it should be cloying and annoying and dumb, and I love it. It's not. They do a really good job, and it's very funny. And I watched it religiously for like years. I would be at work repairing, devices, and I would need something on in the background. I'd put that on, laugh at it, because again, during COVID, I didn't see a soul for 2 years. So they are huge proponents of the Saints Row series. And they were like, "Oh, we're really excited. We're really excited." And then it changed to, "We're excited, but a little nervous. We're a little nervous." And then when they released, they were like, you could hear like the defeat in their voices. They were like, "Why did we do this? Like, why did this happen?" It's such a shame. It's such a shame because that IP's dead. It will never come out with another game.
Well, I'm hoping that they do, but it's not looking good. They haven't said anything about it. But to loop it back around, there was an article that came out that I was reading earlier that someone who visited the Volition Studios apparently saw what Saints Row's sequel could have been versus what we ended up getting. It came from a user called Mr. Saint Godzilla 21, and that I guess they went and visited Volition back in 2019, and the sequel would be the sequel would be directly following Saints Row 3, which would undo some stuff that happened before, which included the aliens coming from Saints Row 4 and taking over, or destroying the world and putting you in a VR space, and Johnny Gat's death, which was a huge catalyst for some of the things that you do in 2 and 3. But in doing that, it would bring him back. It would bring a lot of the characters back. They even pointed out that you would get a special mission to go back and fight Dax. Or Dex, I'm sorry. This was like one of the main bad guys before. And they even had, he said, this person claims, because I don't know if it's a male, female, or whatever they identify as, they claimed that they even had Pierce's voice actor do some voice work for him to get things started, which is pretty cool. So that shows that they had some work done or was working on shit and getting things figured out. They also claim that the devs intended for it to be more fan servicey. They listened to the community. They wanted to add things that the community was asking for in some previous games, or things that they wanted to bring back or try to do whatever in the new games. But they believe, or it's claimed, that a lot of this stuff was ready to go by Volition and Deep Silver, but when THQ Nordic bought Deep Silver, they scrapped it. They pitched the game to them and was like, no, we don't like this. And they had to go back to one, basically, with the story. And even the first draft or the second draft from the new stuff was booted by THQ Nordic as well, until we got what we got now.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess to bring it back around, and again, to kind of pivot off of that, of games that should have gotten a direct sequel and never did, and instead got a reboot. Evidently, we're getting a direct sequel to Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
The game?
Yeah.
Is it going to be like the other one?
Oh, yeah.
Is it going to be based on the Netflix show?
I believe so, and I'm just going to pull this up and just drop
I thought I heard something about this. So this is confirmation. Cool. I really loved those side-scrolling beat-em-up games. Like, dude, I played Streets of Rage 4 when it first came out. I played that game religiously. I'm a big fan of that kind of stuff.
So it is going to be...
Oh,
so,
it does look like it.
So...
Hell yeah.
It is done by Tribute Games, right?
Okay.
So it is basically, so the person who did the review was like, it feels like the original Scott Pilgrim, but different, but in a good way. Like, you can play as some of the evil X's, which maybe it is going to play a little bit into the Netflix series. For those who haven't seen it.
Because that's definitely not what happened.
No. Which, by the way, considering you said Netflix series, you've watched it?
I have not. I just know about the difference.
You should watch it. It's really good. I have not read the entire graphic novel series. I love the movie. I have
a crazy story about the comic series.
Lay it on me.
My art teacher back in high school had a stack of like the first issue of those when he was like trying to get his stuff out there, and he like was allowing people to just take one if they wanted it. And I remember taking it, reading, I'm like, this is pretty cool, but I never followed up on the series after that. So that was my first foray into it. I had no idea what was even happening or going on.
I have something similar, and it's unfortunately not for anything that I condone, and if you like it, hey, rock on. The Barstool...
What do?
Well, what did I do? Barstool Sports was originally like a Massachusetts invention, right? And the guy who made Barstool Sports, when he was trying to get it off the ground, would bring in, because it was free, it was an actual little pamphlet newspaper, and he would bring it into the pizza shop that I worked at because the owner's son went to college with him. And he was like... So we would get free things of Barstool Sports. It was the wildest shit. And then I didn't even think anything of it. And then, like, 10 years later, people were like, oh my God, Barstool Sports. And I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that guy. He used to show up at my pizza place and drop off a stack because no one would buy his shit.
So blasé about it, and people think you're just an asshole even though you've been there since the beginning.
I've been there. I was there when the old magic was written.
Okay, you said that in the last podcast that Megan was listening to, and she was so excited that you said that. So she's going to be excited to know you said it again.
I love that saying. I use that at work because, again, I've been there long enough where I'm like, I remember when this was the olden days. By the way, I'm just going to drop a few... While I'm talking, I'm just dropping some images from this game into our chat so you can see why I'm actually pretty excited about this. it looks like you can play as oh my
I see
god,
two of the evil X's there.
correct, and
I don't remember their names though.
it's Roxy and Lucas Lee.
Okay.
So again, speaking of Massachusetts, Massachusetts' own Chris Evans, you got to give it up.
I mean, you don't have to,
Like,
but if you want to, go for it.
yeah, I mean, as a full-on masshole, I have to. I gotta. If you're from Massachusetts, I at least have to give you a tangential sup kid.
Fair enough.
Also
Can
on
you believe
that, well, go on. No, you go first.
No,
I'm sorry.
what? No, what?
No, I was going to make a tangential thing back to the list of stuff, but I want to hear what you're going to say.
Okay. I want to know what you were gonna say too.
Oh no, I was
See
going
if you
to.
can hook it back in.
I was going to be like, speaking of games that from yesteryear, Dragon's Quest 1 and 2 remakes are going to be adding some additional depth.
Like what? I didn't know that they were adding additional stuff. I just knew that they were coming out soon.
So, looking at this,
Also, how long has it been since Dragon Quest 1 and 2 original have been out?
Holy crap, I don't even know.
On the podcast stuff I posted just the other day about Dragon Quest 7's 20th anniversary, 25th, something like that.
I don't know. I'm trying to think because that was Enix, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So that has to be like 30 years old at this point, if not more.
We're gonna look it up.
Oh.
Oh my god, May 27th, 1986 for the very first Dragon Quest.
Were you even born?
No, I'm born 88.
Oh man, that hurts. I was 3.
I'm sorry.
I was 3 whole Earth years old.
Well, congratulations, you had a head start.
Which, I mean, actually, I'll be honest with you, and again, going back a million years. So when I was growing up, my grandmother had a Atari 2600, and then we had an Atari 2600 as well eventually. That's what I started playing on. I played on an Atari 2600, like playing Land and Sea Battle, playing, oh God, the
Missile
ET,
Command.
Missile Command, Asteroid, all of that shit.
Pitfall.
Oh God, Pitfall, so good, so good. Well, there was one. It was like a drag racing game too. That was hot garbage. But
Oh god, yes. Of course, I can see it in my head too, and I don't remember what the name is. You gonna look it up?
no, I'm actually trying to read what the difference is between.
I was seeing what they're adding in.
Oh, so basically they're adding a new item. They're called scrolls, so you can learn new skills for each independent character or something like that. The art style looks good. I actually like.
Yeah, they stepped up their game with like their 3D, 2D pixel stuff.
Yeah, I mean they're definitely doing like an Octopath Traveler type. We want it like we're gonna have the sprites, but we're also gonna have the 3D aspect to it. It looks it looks good, man. Like, and I'm glad.
It's a nice modernization to it. Like it's a step up from pixels, but it still retains a lot of the old charm to it.
Totally, and I mean like, I'm glad that they're going and revisiting like, was it Live a Live, like going back to older games and like revamping them a little bit for like a modern market.
Giving it some more love. Like trying to me that feels like they're trying to finish and like actually attain the vision that they were shooting for within the limitations they had, but now they have the means to do it.
No, totally. And to be fair, I think a lot of people will be missing out on games. Like, again, don't let games die. Like, there's games that have released that were phenomenal and they were like iconic when we were kids that you can't find anymore. You can't play them. They don't like. unless you were to go invest in a system that's 20 years old
Or
to
hope that somebody dumps the cartridge for you.
right, right. And like being able, I wish they would do this more often.
I agree. If only there was. Oh, okay. My brain just went off on a tangent before I even got the words out. Jesus. Hopefully, maybe there'll be some point in the future where we can do this, but we need more of the people that is keeping track of these things and trying to keep them alive, or at least keep a record of them, so that way we have it. That's a whole other thing too.
We need a seed vault, like a global seed vault, but for
Yes.
video games.
Absolutely. Oh, Kojima must be living in a vault too, because
Oh.
man doesn't age. And can you believe that his company is 10 years old this year?
Holy crap, that is
Yeah.
insane. Like I feel like he only got fired from Konami like
Konami, yeah.
a week ago. It's been
And you know what? No one is forgotten either.
God.
And here's a fun thing. When was the last time Konami put out a proper game? Can you even recall when it was, or what game they even put out?
Didn't they do they're releasing they're releasing a new
A new collection of stuff, yes.
oh no, so they're releasing Metal Gear Solid stuff. I know that. But I thought they were doing a new Silent Hill.
I forget who's working on that proper Bloober team, which is another one that we can jump into here in a second because they just put out a new game too. They redid Silent Hill 2, which came out to kind of lukewarm fanfare. Like, yeah, it was great. It was a nice like touch on remastering the game, but it didn't quite hit probably what people were expecting of it.
Mm.
But there is a new Silent Hill called like Silent Hill F or something like that. Yeah, you just put it there.
Yeah. It looks like it, and again, but again, that's like one because Konami just wanted to do the pachinko machines, you know.
Yes, exactly. That's all that they were focused on. What like pretty much after Kojima left. Well, I say left, got booted.
Which I would have loved. Speaking of behind the scenes things for games and finding out, I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for the oh shit moment where they're like, oh, Kojima didn't finish like half of Metal Gear Solid 5. What are we going to do? And then just releasing basically like a half a game. And that half a game, still people are like, that's one of the greatest games that's ever been made.
Mm-hmm. Same reason why people are really liking Death Stranding and stuff. But I guess for their 10th year anniversary will fall on December 19th of this year. But they have announced a 10-year anniversary celebration called Beyond the Strand. It's going to be hosted by Kojima himself. They're going to have some special guest appearances, and they're going to look at some games that they're still working on. Like, I think one of the game that they're working on for Xbox is called OD. And then there was another game that's called like Fin something. It's PHI whatever. I'm not sure what that one's even about. But it's somewhere over in Japan, I believe, is what it is, and they're selling tickets to it and stuff like that. But there's a long list of like special rules and stuff if you're going to attend on that page.
I'm sure it's probably like you have to make sure to drink Monster Energy drinks only. You have to save all of your
Something like
pee.
Oh my God, I should have really put some of those, but it was like talking about photography and what they allow and where you can take pictures and what the kind of expectation is, things like that.
I mean, yeah, because being even allowed into that, I'm sure there's going to be.
If they're showing off stuff in pre-production, there's going to be some NDAs probably.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, they have to be. There has to be.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I hear that. Well, according to what you have posted, Gearbox has some stuff planned for Borderlands 4.
Yeah, they since the game is a week away, 13th. Do some math for me. What's the 13th from today?
It
9
is
days.
9 days. Yes.
So yeah, just over a week away from Borderlands 4 launching, and they just the other day they put out a roadmap for what they expect or what they're going to be doing for the game, which they seem to be fully invested on it and are like nose to the grindstone making things work, I guess. Every time you hit something, I see it happen on here, and then you're like, "Oops, gotta delete it."
I'm trying to hide.
I've seen it 3 times now.
So I'm not really used to Google Docs. So like I'm used to Word, so I'm used to highlighting stuff. But I keep clicking on the one part of Google Docs which cuts and pastes something into a different location, and
Oh no.
so you can see how the sausage is made, folks. Sean is good at a lot of technology stuff, but for some reason Google Docs it stymies me.
It escapes you.
What is an invincible
So
boss?
okay, I'll get there. I'll get there. It's not literally invincible. Think of it like a raid boss.
Okay.
So I don't know when they plan to start releasing content. I'm gonna guess probably around like holiday when they first get some of the drops. They'll probably have in-game events going on. Usually games will do like a week or two after launch to get that so that people can get set up in the game and comfortable with it. But some of the things that they have said that they plan to do are releasing 2 completely new Vault Hunters, some new story content, both paid and not paid, and a handful of in-game events and mini events during the seasons. Like you mentioned, some of the free content is going to be like invincible bosses, which is the same as, if anybody remembers Borderlands 2 and stuff, it's like the raid bosses. They're super tough. Sometimes you need at least all 4. Some people get super crazy busted weapons and armor that you can just take them down in like 2 shots. That's the fun stuff about the game. There's also some bounty packs with new missions that are going to be coming out later on, and which there's some cosmetic things too, where they're including like handful of different skins for your vehicles, some interchangeable heads and skins and colors for your characters, also pearlescent weapons as an additional rarity, which means it's probably like a 1 in 10 chance of getting it anywhere at any time. No, that's a really easy 1 in 10 million chance of getting it on a certain mob at any point in time. They're supposed to be really good weapons, hard to find, but have like crazy stats. So they're going to be supporting this game for the better part of at least a year, maybe 2, if they keep going. I'm hoping that they can get back on track with like Borderlands 2, because they supported that game forever, and everything they put out, except for maybe 2 of the smaller DLCs, were excellent.
I have to get back into playing that. So I got the
I burned myself out on 2, so I couldn't play anymore after that.
it's so funny playing Borderlands. I remember playing it on my PS4 because they had the Handsome collection or whatever, and you could get 1 and then 2. And I remember playing 2. It's a phenomenal game. It's really really good, but it's an older game, and you can kind of tell there are points where the map gets real empty, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do now? Like, I'm so used to games hand-holding me that, like, if there's any point where it's like, no, you need to use your mind, I'm like, I don't know if I can, sir.
I'm using my hands. Isn't that enough?
Right. You got my money, so help me out a little bit. Hook it up. So I'm going to actually pivot to Destiny Rising. What the crap is this?
Have you not seen anything about it?
No,
It's
I
a
mean,
Destiny mobile game made by NetEase. I'm sure you've heard of them.
pretend I haven't.
They make mobile games, and they usually have a lot of monetization. But they're let's just say they're good at what they do. I think it's a Chinese company as well. So there's like you'll see a lot of like the same kind of monetizations in the games that they make and things like that. But they teamed up with Bungie, and they made a mobile version of Destiny that can be played first person or third person. You get characters that I think you can level them up individually, but you can also get like different tiered rarities in their store, a la microtransactions and stuff like that for the game. But it really feels like it's pulling people away from Destiny right now in the community, and people are flocking to Destiny Rising, not just because it's new, but because it has raids like the typical game. It has character development. You can't do much with the characters unless you get like different versions of them from the cards and stuff. But a big thing, which people have been asking Bungie to put back in the game for so long and they haven't done, is the SRL, which stands for Sparrow Racing League. People love racing their sparrows, which are like they look like oh god, what is the speeder bikes from Star Wars? And then they all come in like different shapes, sizes, colors, designs, all that fun shit. In Destiny 1, they used to have like personalized horns that you can put on them too. But we haven't had the Racing League in years, despite people in the community wanting it. So the fact that Destiny Rising has it too has brought a lot more people over. It's also a completely different story. It's like an alternate timeline kind of thing set just after the collapse and the city starting to rebuild, whereas Destiny 2, well, Destiny 1 originally was the city's been built up, people are already flocked here, all the guardians who get raised come here and figure out what to do to push back the darkness. This is more before that.
Okay. All right. And how, as a member of this community, how are you feeling?
It's a lot of fun so far.
Oh, so you've been playing it?
Yes. I haven't touched Destiny 2 in a month and a half or so. Because I completed the story. I wanted to know what happened in that because that's what dragged me into it and I was excited about. Nothing else about the game has grabbed me and wanted me to keep playing. So
Sure.
I jumped on this and gave it a shot. I'm like, this is fun again. This is interesting.
Fair enough, man.
I haven't gotten enough into getting new characters and the monetization aspect of the game, but it's been fun so far. It feels like Destiny on your phone. It's smooth.
I really haven't done a lot of mobile gaming. Maybe that's something I'll. Maybe that.
And this works on it. This is what's selling me. The fact that I can use my controller on the game makes it so much better because fuck screen controls.
Oh God. There's something about not having, like, I watch kids playing games on their phones and like not using a controller, and I'm like, how is that even possible? You have no feedback.
Don't get it.
It's
Nope.
drives me crazy.
I need that feedback.
Me too. So going back to Silksong, did you know that? And again, I think we might have discussed this game, but Stardew Valley's a Stardew Valley developer has a credit in Silksong.
Was it Concerned Ape?
It was not Concerned Ape.
Wow, really? That would have been really cool.
So, Eric Barone.
That's Concerned Ape.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. Listen, man. Okay, fine. He played a roof, so cut that so I don't sound like a dum-dum.
Okay, I'll make sure I cut that out, right?
You better leave it in. No, you better leave it in. So that way
I gotta cut out that clap.
The community can come over and be like, you son of a gun. How dare you not know that? So, he actually did some of the voices in Silksong.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm going to post this here so you can see.
Let me see it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there he is. Cool.
There you go.
Nice.
So...
That first name is awesome.
And I guess the head of operations at Concerned Ape LLC confirmed that is Concerned Ape.
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
He's the original. Well, I mean, the original. He is the developer of Stardew Valley. Oh. If you like Stardew Valley, their Orchestra of Seasons or whatever it's called, Symphony of Seasons maybe, whatever. That's coming to Boston in October, end of September, October, something like that. And, I mean, in the Seattle area, since I think that's where he lives, he's been showing up at those and hanging out and, like, visiting with people or whatever, saying hi to them from the show.
Really?
So, yeah.
So
me and Meg have talked about going to it, so maybe we'll go check it out.
Hell yeah.
I think I might have told you Mike and I went to see Final Fantasy VII Orchestra Symphony stuff. That was pretty cool.
Dude, I went and saw Video Games Live with a couple friends of mine, and it was fun. It was a really good time. I very much realized, and again, all of my friends were awesome. They were cool. They're not the same level of video game person that I am. So, like, for example, when they're playing they started playing Megalovania from Undertale.
That's gonna be hype.
I lost my shit. Like, the guy...
And they were probably like, what's going on?
Oh yeah, they had no idea, and like they did a Chrono Trigger Chrono Cross melody, which
Oh,
again,
nice.
legitimately almost cried. It was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that being said, it's I I love me a good um, live video game concert. I did not know that there was that concern. Well, that there is a second game coming out.
He's working on Haunted Chocolatier, yeah.
I am very. The name alone has me. The name alone got me.
You gotta watch some of the trailers and stuff that he's shown off. If you like Stardew and like the name alone gets you, it's a really neat idea that I'm getting from the trailer. That like for the gameplay, it looks really cool.
Nice. Um,
Yeah.
and just to round everything else off, I was checking out two other games that released today, which unfortunate.
I know. Got overshadowed.
Oh man, like whew. And it's kind of a shame, right? But like Adventure of Samsara, it looks pretty cool. It has a very similar. It's a side scrolling, like retro pixel art game.
I'm gonna have to look this up because I don't recognize the name.
So let me just do
I
this.
wonder if I recognize it by the picture. Nope.
It's I just watched the trailer for it, and it was on this GameSpot thing. The other
Hmm.
game that I was looking at was oh my god, what the hell was the name of it?
Interesting.
Something is Hell.
Oh, Hell is Us.
Hell is Us. Hell is Us. And again,
Hmm.
I it doesn't look bad. Looks okay.
I
It's
still don't know anything about it.
evidently
I
it's
just know the name.
evidently it's like it looks kind of like it's a third person action adventure game. It looks like it's like a treatise on the horrors of war, which hey, rock on,
Hmm.
man. But I think that it takes place during some kind of like World War or something.
Probably a good guess.
Let me just go back. Let me just take a quick look at this.
And since we're talking about reviews, I didn't get back to Bluebird's team. They released a new game called Chronos: The New Dawn 2, which is a horror game. Or no, it's going to release tomorrow. I'm sorry. It's releasing on September 5th. It's a horror game by Bluebird team. That's all they're known for. They make pretty decent games. Apparently, the initial reviews from it are giving it a 78 average, with about 75% of people recommending it.
All right, all
Something to look
right.
forward to.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for all of these games that are releasing now. Like,
I should have wrote down the list, but there was a handful of devs that have rescheduled their games once they found out when Silksong was coming out just to make space for it.
oh yeah, I mean, you don't. That's the. You're going to. I don't know. Like, I'm making up a timeline here.
You're
But
shooting yourself in the foot.
well, like it's going to be like, E.T. is coming to theaters, so you're going to release. I don't know, like Cocoon. You know what I mean? Like an '80s movie, like two movies coming out, and it's even if your movie is phenomenal, like The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King comes out. Does anybody remember what other movies released that week? No. Does anybody
I
care?
don't.
I I mean, like, why would you? But I get it. Like, sometimes you just have to release the damn thing. But woof.
Right. It's all business in the end.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, dude.
So what is Hell is Us, since I interrupted you on that?
I mean, it looks just
Is
like
it
a.
third-person action game
Yeah, I
or
mean,
horror?
it looks like a third-person action game. It looks. I mean, the art style looks cool. I don't. I'm trying to figure out like what. Yeah, like what its deal is. I
Hmm.
mean, sorry, I'm just gonna tangentially watch the gameplay reveal. I mean, it looks. It's a pretty game, and like,
Sold.
I mean, it looks kind. And again, I don't know. It looks like a Souls like, you know,
Hmm.
like. But it
Okay.
also has like I just watched the dude grab a drone and float up into the air like a actual propeller drone. But he also has like magical weapons and shit, and it looks like he's fighting demons of some sort. And
Okay. I'm gonna have to watch the trailer myself then to figure this out.
yeah, I mean, and it's also a semi-open world, so I'm assuming that it's going to be linear in some capacity.
Oh, I wonder if this is the same devs that I saw say something about the game where it was like we want to bring back exploration and no hand holding, so there's not really going to be any kind of mini map or anything. You just got to go and find it.
Yeah, I mean, look at this main character. Like, look at that one screenshot. It looks good. Like, dude's got a giant sword.
Whoa.
Like,
See, that kind of picture makes me want to know more.
yeah, like seeing something that looks like that. Like, okay, like I'm not
Yeah.
sold, but I'd like to learn more about it.
So that's not what I pictured based on the name.
Yeah.
See, now my interests have been piqued.
I mean, there's a lot of games. Again, I don't. I'm trying to not buy any more games because again, I'm not planning on playing anything other than Breath of the Wild for the next 17 years.
Mm-hmm.
But part of me is like, so many games that I want to try, and so many games that I want to actually just watch.
Mm-hmm.
Even again, I wish there were more YouTube let's plays on things like this, so that way, like, if I'm like, hey, I don't want to buy the game, you know what I mean? Like, at least they
I'm
have
sure there
some
will be
outlet to be.
eventually.
Yeah, I'm sure. Um, yeah, and evidently it's $60. So I mean, it's a triple A price.
Okay.
Well, a little less than triple A price. Yeah, it looks interesting.
Oh, you know how much Silksong was?
What, $26?
20. And it's on Game Pass and everything else too.
I'm probably gonna end up buying it. I mean,
I mean, $20.
I'll probably end
You
up buying.
probably have enough gold points on your Nintendo account.
No, I used all of them when I bought the digital versions of the Switch 2 versions of the games that I've owned for
Fair
the
enough.
past 6 years.
That sounded like it hurt.
You have no idea. It hurts my soul. It hurts my soul. And I could go on for days about it, but honestly, like, I mean, it's fine.
Are you
So,
happy with your investment?
yes, I wish I could. I need to play it more. Like, and to be fair, well, one of the things playing Wind Waker that really bummed me out was that it didn't make the screen aspect ratio correct. So you're playing this
Mm-hmm.
like little tiny box version of a game, and playing Breath of the Wild in 4K FPS or 60 FPS. Yeah, then I'm like, okay, I get why I made this purchase. The one thing that
Mm-hmm.
I want more than anything is just more content for it. If they put out some decent games, if they put out, I don't know, and again, I'm not looking for like a heavy duty, crazy, I'm probably not going to buy Borderlands 4 for it, but if you put out some stuff that I'm willing to play, then hey, rock on, man. I'll put it on there.
DK Bonanza's got excellent
I
reviews. If you
know,
like
and
3D collectible platformers,
I want to get that so bad.
I have a recommendation for you if you want.
Lay on me.
The Kirby game. I forget the name of it.
Yeah.
The Forgotten Kingdom, I think maybe.
Yes, yeah.
Got it for Switch One. All everybody here plays it and loves it. Meg beat the game for us because she liked it so much.
See,
It was great.
I need to get Mario Odyssey too. I haven't played that.
It's an excellent Mario game.
I know. I've heard. And I mean, again, it's by the guys who did, well, the guys who did Bonanza did that first, and
Yep.
it shows.
They learned a lot.
I'm saying, man.
All right. You ready to go to bed yet?
I am, and as you can see behind me, my dog needs to go. He is sleeping, but then we have to bring him downstairs so he can sleep in his actual puppy bed.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you want to keep what?
If you want to keep us, you need to earn it.
I'm married. Sorry, you can't do it. But if you want to keep up with us, we're on Instagram and Blue Sky and Threads and Facebook and all that fun stuff. And we're on Patreon as well now. So look us up. All the stuff that we post goes on there. I like to toss in some stuff about the podcast, some gameplay and things. We have 2 YouTube accounts too. One for gameplay, one for podcast that gets thrown up there. And I was going to say something else and I already forgot it. So I don't think it was important.
And
That's all right. Look us up on Patreon.
Yeah, and also, if you remember it later, you can put it on one of our social media accounts and be like, this is what I forgot to say.
Yes. What?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. I'm thrown off. Oh, that's what I was going to say. Also, you can email us at theramblepackpod@gmail.com. Now I think it's time for bed.
All right. It's been real, folks.
And it's been fun. And it's been really fun.
It has been.
And now it's time for bed.
All
I'm
right.
making poems before we get off here.
All right, everybody. Later.